my screen. All right, good. Thank you. So I'll go straight to the point. So as I was teaching him, we'll go to, sorry, my phone is there, my laptop is there, so I'll be looking at my laptop, but so I'm looking at tickets from here. Please, and in case you have any question, let's just unmute and ask the questions because I'm not on Google Meet right now, so I won't be able to see all the questions. So for us to create this project, the first thing we need to do is to create a VPC. I'm in my AWS environment right now, and I'm going to search for VPC. I'm going to search for VPC and create a VPC. If you are new to Nextwork or you're just joining this platform for the first time, this is Nextwork community, and this is where we create some of the projects just to, have documentation, showcase ourselves, and be out there so people will see what you are doing. I'm going to create a VPC and I'm going to create VPC and more. So right here on this documentation, you have Nextwork. I'll just go with what we have there and not, sound, not just do what we have here. So the VPC CIDR block is pre-filled and this is right there. I have it. There's no changes. We have to use the default and the CIDR block, we will leave it in default as well. You see, it's in default. So the number of availability zone, we are going to be using 1. So I'm changing this to 1. And then the number of private subnets, we are going with 0. No private subnets. Public subnets is 1. Public subnet is 1 and the private subnet is 0. So for NAT gateway, please, for the love of God and for the love of your card, make sure it is none. The dollar you are seeing here is money. Make sure the NAT gateway is none so you won't charge. And for VPC endpoints, we have S3A as gateway. I will be picking none. We are coming back to that one later. We are supposed to access S3 through our VPC, but we're coming to that later. So all I have to do now is just to create my submain VPC. That is the first thing that needs to be done so that we can access the other stuffs that we want to access. That is creating our EC2 and then our S3. Our VPC has been created, view VPC. But since we are still going to make use of this page, I personally like to duplicate this page so that I can create other things I want to create. So the next option, now this is the architecture. Now this is the first thing we've done, VPC. This is the first thing we've done. So the next thing we are going to do is creating this room and parlor, this EC2 in our house, in our VPC. As you can see, we have the region. So the region I'm using is US East 1. So this is region, and this is the house that I've created. VPC, I've been able to build a house there. Then inside my VPC, I have my living room. So let's go ahead and create EC2. So you go to your console and you search for EC2. No, 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 no. I did not just. Sorry. No sound. Generator. So EC2, I'll launch EC2, launch my instance. So we have to head to our EC2 and then launch instances. So we're going to be creating this instance right inside the VPC. So I'm going to copy it, copy the name as suggested, which is instance Nextwork VPC endpoint. And the machine is Linux, which has been previewed, and the instance is T2 micro treated. So we have to proceed without a key pair. It's not recommended, but we locally do not need it right now. And for the Nextwork settings, we edit it. This is the edit button for Nextwork. And we are going to be changing the VPC to Nextwork, the VPC we created some minutes ago. So that means the EC2 is instance this VPC. Please, if you have questions, just unmute and ask. And then we have to click a subnet. So this subnet, we have one subnet, which is the public subnet that was created with VPC the other time. So I'll click on that and the auto assign this thing. I'm going to be enabling it. Okay. I'll enable it. So according to firewall, we have to create a new security group. I'll be creating security group with this name, security group, and then the SSH is to allow. Okay, anyway. So we are not going to make any changes to this security group. We are okay with SSH on port 22, and the source is from anywhere. That is good. So let's go ahead and launch our instance. So we are creating our launch instance. Please note that we've created our VPC. We've created EC2 inside our VPC, and now we are going to go ahead and create S3 buckets.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to ask.
Okay.
Sorry. Hello. Before we
Go.
go for the S2 bucket,
All right.
it's me. I'm back. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you, everyone. So we've created the process of creating the VPC.
Yeah.
You've used a slider block of private IP of #16.
Yes, the
Okay.
default one. We made use of the default one.
Default
No,
one. All right. Now
yes, no
then,
changes made.
are we going to create a default tenancy, or is it going to be on default or
Yes,
dedicated tenancy?
we use the default one as
All
well
right.
for this project, but it depends on the project you are working on.
So on the other side of the VPC endpoints, we have none and S3 gateway. Which one are we picking?
So for now, we are picking none, but we are still going to
None.
make
Okay.
changes here. We are still going to make changes on the gateway when we get there. But while creating the VPC, we created none. Oh, you're also working on the project from your hand, right? All
Sure.
right. Yes, all right. If
Are
you're
we
on the
enabling the DNS host names and DNS resolutions?
yes, make sure it's checked. Everything is checked. Make sure it's checked. And auto assign, make sure it's enabled. Or did you enable your auto assign? Did you enable it? Make sure it's enabled. That's the auto assign public IP.
Okay, no problem.
So can we go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So the next step, guys, is to create S3 buckets. So like I said, I duplicate. So as when I need to make changes to VPC, I just come to VPC. If I need to make changes to EC2, I come there. And right now I need to go. We need to create our S3 buckets. So I'm just going to search for S3. My network is tracking. Spectrum net. So before we connect our EC2, we need to set up S3 buckets. After creating this bucket, we are going to access it from EC2 Instant Connect and do other things like check the project, the objects that are in it. So we search for S3 buckets. We are going to create it, and you need to make sure that you are creating the same S3 buckets in the same region where you created that VPC. It's all equally important. It's very important. Please make sure you are not making any changes to your region. So S3, I'm going to click on the create bucket, and I'm going to be naming the bucket. So keep your bucket tab as general purpose, yes. And the bucket is this VPC, Nextwork VPC endpoint, and I'm going to change it to Mi Solar. Do not forget, we will leave it as default and go straight to create bucket. No, so please just let me know if you're also following me. You are creating your S3 bucket as general purpose. You make sure that your name on the bucket is unique. It must be globally unique. Nobody must be using it anywhere all over this world. So all other things are going to be default, and we create
So,
the
sorry, I want to ask a question at that point.
okay.
The name you copied here is Nextwork VPC endpoints from the Nextwork website. If somebody else is creating their own project
Yeah.
and they also collect this Nextwork VPC project,
Huh.
would there be conflicts when you're creating it? Would it
Okay, so
reject the name?
if can you see where my cursor is? So it is Nextwork VPC endpoint, your name.
Okay, you add your name at the end. Okay, okay, I
Yes, so
didn't
I
see that part.
added my
It's
name.
fine. It's
That's
fine.
why if a lot of other
All
people
right.
are using just this without their name, of course it's going to reject it. If they tell you it's not available, it
All right.
must
All
be
right.
unique,
All right.
yes. So no, so have you created your S3 buckets? No, so are you there? Have you created it? Somebody is trying to join this meeting.
No, I haven't created the S3 bucket.
So where are you?
I was. You said I should check something is auto enabled or so on the VPC. That's what I'm trying to check.
Okay, so I have two other people that are okay. This is good. Please let me get this meeting link and share it. Let me share it with other people. Please, can somebody copy this meeting link and send it to this group? I want to share with somebody. I do not want to leave this place.
Okay.
So where should the link be shared?
The meeting link for this group, I want it to be shared in the chat so that I can share with somebody that is trying to join on Teams. I think I first created it on Teams. Thank you very much, Aditola. Thank you for copying it. Let me just share it right here. Okay, so let's move on. Thank you. So you said have you been able to see that? No, so
No.
so let's go back to VPC. Can you see this image that I'm clicking on?
Okay.
Can you see this? This is what I'm talking about. Auto assign public IP. This enabled. It's right under subnet.
But this is not under VPC and more now.
It is. It is.
Okay.
Please check.
All right. I understand that. I
All
understand
right.
that. All right. All right. No problem.
All right.
Thank you.
So let's go back to
Yeah, I'm
our
with you.
So right now we are being asked to add 2 files to our S3 buckets. You can add any file that you want, but I've downloaded the one they've given us here. So this is the one I will be using. So we have upload here and upload here. Any one you pick is fine. And we're just going to add files. Adding these files takes you straight to this your laptop. Takes you to your laptop and you'll be able to upload anything you want to upload in your S3 bucket. So I'm going to upload right there. Oh, somebody's there. So I've uploaded and you can see the status. I have in process, I have it pending. So I'm going to wait for it to be successful before we move ahead to the next point of action. My network is dragging. Okay, the first one is successful. I'm waiting for the second one. No, so have you been able to see that one? Father. So the second one is successful to so close. So we are moving on. So now we are going to our EC2 and we are going to connect to it instantly. So this, once you connect to your EC2, it will take you to a terminal where you'll be running commands.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
No, so what's that?
Sorry. Hey, I'm in trouble. Come and see something. It's auto-creating things for me, and it's not nice.
Is auto-creating what for you?
VPC is a lot.
I'm trying to understand
Shit.
you.
I created Crate, and it's creating a lot of stuff for me that I didn't even tell it to create.
So it's creating subnets, it's creating route tables, it's creating internet gateway, it's creating a lot of things for you. Yes, that's normal. Don't
Oh, really?
Yes, that's normal. Be scared. So it's to VPC. Are you okay now?
I'm okay. Oh.
Relax. It's all normal. So guys,
Okay.
let's go to this is our EC2 instance, the one we created. So I'll just click on the instance. The first time I worked on this project, I did not connect. So I hope today it's connecting. God help me. So right there, I'll click on connect and right, it's going to click on connect as well. So let's hope it takes me to my terminal. Yes. Yeah, my network is dragging, like I said, but I think it's going straight. Hada, can you guys see my terminal? Can you
Yes, we
see
can.
the
Yes, we can.
EC2? Yeah, so we connected straight to the EC2 and we have our terminal. So I want to be a little bit fast. I think we have 15 minutes left because of Google. I don't know. I should have asked Bamishe for Zoom. So we've connected straight and so we've connected straight. So the first command we want to run there is to list. We are telling the AWS CLI to list all the buckets in our account, but it's not going to list it. I just want to show you the connection. The reason we are working on this project, I want to show you how. So it is AWS S3 bucket LS. LS is to list. So the error is unable to locate credentials. So they said we should configure it by running AWS configure. So let's go AWS configure. I personally like to type out all these codes because that's the way I learn. So when we did this code, it was when we did AWS config, it was asking for access key. So where is your access? You want to enter, you want to check what is inside this S3 bucket. Can I have your access? This is what is happening here. So what we are going to do, let me be following this place so that it won't be as if you guys are lost. So we are going to, it's asking for an access key. So we need to go and create our access key right now. So we have to be able to access this. So to create another, I'm going to create and duplicate another page. Then I'll find my access key, which is going to be right under AIM. So access keys, it will show you AIM. Then right there, we create access key and the ID. Please, if you have questions, just unmute and ask. So I'm doing access keys. Manage access key for Mozilla in the cloud, and I'm going to access key right there. Create access key. My use case right now is command CLI, my command line interface CLI. So I'm going to confirm that I understand the instruction and next. So value, what value? They gave us a value here. So I'm just going to copy this and I'll create the access key. So right now I have my access key and everything right here. So this is the access key that I'll be using to connect instantly to my S3 bucket on my CLI. So let's go to this place. So they're asking for access key ID. Let me click, let me copy it. So I'll copy this, come to this place and paste, and then we have it. So it's still asking for this other one. It's still asking for this other access key. I've copied it and I'm pasting. So that is it. I've connected. So it's asking me for my region. I am in US East 1. So let me just type it out. US East 1. Why am I always cutting this thing? Region. Sorry. So it's asking for default output. You can put JC, you can put anywhere, but actually do not need it. So I'm just going to go off with it. So I've done all those things there. So now we will go back to our interface right here. And the first command we ran, which was AWS S3 list it out, is going to give us, it's going to show me this is the bucket that I have, which was the Nextwork VPC endpoint Misola that I created the other time. I'm getting this because I already have the access key, because I have all the access. Now it's allowing me to view it. So now we copy this thing. Okay, we've done all this. We've done all this. Nice setup. So we've listed out this thing and it's showing me all the S3 buckets. You can take a screenshot. So next command is to list all the things. It's showing me the buckets I have, but now we're asking it to list everything inside the buckets. So AWS, I might as well just copy it. We have 10 minutes left. I'll try and create another link so that I'll send it to the WhatsApp group and everybody can rejoin in case we did not finish in the next 10 minutes, which I doubt. So Misola. So can you see that all the two things I uploaded the other time, I have it here right now. So we are going to upload files using the CLI. So sudo search tmp nextwork.txt. So this is just me using CLI to create a file. Now it has been created. So if I'm to run the command again to view everything inside it, you will see that the TXT I just created is also right inside the place. So let's run this command. So we are going to copy this. We want to copy I wish we have time to discuss to explain all this terminal code thing that we are writing, we are typing. So, but right now, what I want to do is to copy the TSC file I created to my bucket, to my bucket. So now we want to want to be sure this thing that we did is working. So let's say Misola. And now we used to have two, now we have three. So the Nextwork TST I created is right inside my bucket, and this other tools that was uploaded manually the other time is also here. So we are going to switch back to S3 console. Where's our S3 bucket? Please check. Now we have two buckets, but remember that we uploaded another bucket through our AWS CLI. So I'm going to refresh, and it's going to show us three buckets. Two was uploaded manually, and one was uploaded through CLI. So this is our Nextwork community. So we saw our objects there. So now we are going to create our endpoints, which is the main purpose of this, right? So please let me quickly try and create another Google Meet link. So send it to the group. So I'll be sending it to the chat. Where is the message? Can somebody say hello in this? Please, can you say hello in the chat? So can somebody say hello in the chat so I'll be able to have access to this and just send it to the group? Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's the Google Meet, new Google Meet. New Google Meet link, please. In case they drag us out. So let me just find somewhere to paste it as well so I'll be able to join instantly. Okay, let's move on. So it's time we bring in our VPC. Now, this is what we've created. We have a region, we've created a VPC, we have our EC2 instance, and this VPC has been able to give us the route tables, the network ACLs, the internet gateway, and we have our security group. So now we want to create this VPC endpoint so that as S3 bucket and VPC endpoint should be able to access each other. This is what we want to do right now. So in the new tab, we go back to our VPC and select endpoint. Right here is our endpoint. Right here is our endpoint. And we're going to create endpoints, the purpose of this project. Okay. I'm in a room without better. So let's name it Nextwork VPC endpoint, and we keep the service as AWS service. Then right here, we are going to search for S3. The service is S3, and as suggested, we have to pick the one that ends with S3. So this is the one that ends with S3. I'm just going to click it, and we are going to pick the gateway. No, so this was the question you were asking me the other time. If you have to pick, I think you asked about one gateway the other time. So this is where we are going to pick the gateway. And right now, we are going to pick the gateway, not interface. No, so
Okay, I'm here.
all right. So the VPC, we are creating everything
Yes.
in this project right under that Nextwork VPC. So we are going to pick this VPC and endpoint will be
Yes.
there. So we are done. All we need to do is to create our endpoint. So this is our endpoint. We are going to pick. So right now, we are going to limit the endpoint has been created, and you can see all the details there. Let me refresh. So let me refresh. Yeah. So our endpoint has been created. So the next step we are going to do is to limit our S3 access to only allow traffic from our endpoint. So S3, we only want you to allow traffic from the endpoints on AWS service. Don't allow traffic from any other person. So we will go to our S3 bucket. Your S3 bucket. So let's say you are going to select bucket and then click into VPC endpoint and permission. So where's my bucket? This is my bucket. I'm going to my bucket. Then I'll click right inside my bucket. Then this is the permission tab. I'm clicking on permission tab, and there is a bucket policy. So we're going to edit the bucket policy, and we are going to copy this code. This code, right? All the codes that are here, we want to copy it into this Jensen code. So edit it. So the first time I worked on this project, my mistake was that I didn't edit all these resources there. I just left it like that, and I was facing a whole lot of issues. So right now, you need to copy the name of your VPC. This one that starts with ARN. So I want to click on it and then edit. So I just want to be sure I don't run into any errors this evening. Good. So also there's something we need to change here. That is my source, my VPC. So I'm going to my VPC. So this is where you will see your VPC. So we go to our endpoints. This is the endpoint, and this is what I need: VPC, this endpoint ID, so as not to run into any errors. So the source is display, and then we are done. No errors. So I'm going to save changes. I'm going to save changes, and that is it. So we are done with this permission on bucket policy. So, but everything is going to be as red as this, like everything, just like I suggested here. So, it's a moment of truth. Now we've accessed our S3 is only access to our endpoint. So we need to test our VPC endpoint and troubleshoot a connectivity issue. So we head back to our EC2 instance. This is our EC2 instance, and we try to run this command again. So we are testing our connection right now. So we are saying list all S3, list all resources, list all resources, Nextwork, VPC, endpoint, installer. I'm not authorized. I'm not authorized because we've accessed our limit. No, so you want to ask a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if someone wants to like get the endpoint that has been that we're listing on the console now,
Yes.
that endpoint is coming from the S3 bucket or from endpoint. Did you copy a S2 bucket endpoint, or which endpoint did you copy to paste, please?
Which side are you talking about? Are you talking about this?
This one now, this endpoint that you just
I
trying
just
you,
copied.
yeah, you typed list, you put AWS S3. That's S3 endpoints.
Yes. AWS
What am I seeing
S3.
there?
Are you talking about this terminal? You're talking about my VPC.
Yeah, this timing out there. AWS S3.
List all the list. So this is AWS S3. You have to list everything inside my S3 bucket. This is what
Okay.
this code is doing. So I'm asking it to list everything inside my bucket for me.
So what did the command give you? Empty
Yes, it's
content.
giving me
Okay.
an error. It's giving me an error because
So why is it giving us error?
We've limited
Okay.
S3 to only allow traffic from my endpoint. So S3 is
Okay.
not allowing traffic from anywhere. That was what we worked on concerning the JSON code.
Basic code the permissions. Okay.
Yes, on the bucket policy tab.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
No problem.
all right.
Please, can you copy the policy and paste on the chat? I want to see the format. This
It's
particular no no this no sorry. This code the command you ran now, the AWS
okay.
S3 LS
All right.
on the chat. I just want to see
Yeah.
the format. Yeah.
Hello, Sam. I hope you're still here. I'm just sending your messages. Hi. Oh, sorry. Oh, let me just copy it from here for you because it's on. Are you using this
Okay, no problem. I get what you're saying now. So I can find it on the Nextwork,
Yes, it is on
this
Nextwork.
documentation.
Yes, that's why I said you
All
need to
right,
follow it in total so that you understand everything. So
it's fine.
this one
Okay,
name is going to be your name, but this code is just asking you to list everything.
okay, all right.
All right. So the first one we did, we had some issues because of the connectivity issue. So those are the connectivity issue that we want to that we want to resolve right now. Okay, let me go back to my console. So wait, we need to troubleshoot this by going to our VPC. So we are going to our VPC and we are going to subnet. From the net equation, we are going to select the public subnet. Public subnet is not here. So let me just refresh. This is my public subnet. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to search. So on my route table, I can see that there's no access for endpoint right here. So that is where the problem is coming from. And now we need to make sure that our public subnets have a route to our endpoint. So we'll go back to our route tables. This is route tables right here. And then we manage route tables. We're going
Yeah,
to
fast. Can you return, please? One step backward. Just one step.
okay,
Just one step. Where you left now.
this
Okay,
place.
let me see. Yes, this is our dashboard of our
VPC.
um. Okay, perfect. All right, no problem.
All
Go
right.
ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, so I clicked on route tables and I clicked on the public route table right there. So we are going to edit and we are going to modify our route tables. Oh no, it's already small. So let me check. Yes. Okay. I'll select route tables. Wait, where am I? I think I'm lost.
Said you want to pick troubleshoot the public route table.
Yes, yes,
That's what you say.
yes. Sorry,
Troubleshoot. Yeah.
I got distracted. So select endpoints and okay, we are going to go to endpoints. We are going back to endpoints and then click on this. So route tables. We're going to modify route tables, manage route tables, and then modify route tables. So this is going to solve our problem. Yes. So this is going to solve our problem. So we head back to subnet. Then we click the refresh button next to action view. So check the route table for your this thing. Now you're going to see right now we have our VPC. The other time it was just two, we have two destinations and two targets, but right now we have our VPC right here. So let's head back to our EC2 instance and test again. The first time we were denied, but this second time I want to list it. Can you see? Now we have access. And what did we do? It was just the endpoints that we edited, we modified it, and then it's changed to allowing endpoints to access our S3 buckets. I'm sorry. Okay. The room I'm in, it's all this light that is not from so that was what solved our problem. Now we are back. We've made a successful VPC endpoint connection, which is the purpose of this project. And I hope I'm clear enough because I'm not really a good talker type of person. And Ivamshi has been doing it since it started in December, and I'm like nervous doing this. But I'm just saying this is the purpose of this. So we have successfully been able to connect our VPC and S3 through the endpoint so they can they can communicate with each other without going through the internet. So now we are going to do some tests. We are going to do some tests. This is just for basics. I will do a super configuration. We switch to S3 buckets. Let me go back to my VPC endpoint tab. Let's go back to endpoint tab and policy. We are going to edit policy. So we are going to change our effect. This is allow. Let's change it to deny and see what we have.
Hello, ma.
Hello, sir.
Please, can you go a step back? I think you're fast
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Okay.
before we go to this. permission,
Yes. So I went
editing.
back. I went back to endpoints on my VPC, still on my VPC dashboard. Did you get that?
Yes.
On my VPC dashboard, I went back to endpoints. So I clicked on endpoints. We have all these details, route tables, policy, but I'm here to edit policy. So I want to edit this policy. Are you there? Okay, thank you. So effect, I'm going to change this effect to deny. It's just a test. It's just a test. So we've saved it. Now let's go back to our EC2 console. Right? When we ran this code, it was showing everything inside the S3 bucket. Right now, I'm going to run the same code, and you're going to see that I will be denied. An error occurred, access denied. Why? Because in that JSON that I just edited right there, I've said denied. That's just you are denying this person from accessing it. But I'm going to come back here now and change this deny to allow and save. So now I'm going back to my EC2 Connect. I'm going to run the same code and see I have all my S3 bucket files loaded for me. So these are the things we've worked on, and I just want to let you know that we've completed today's project. So we've learned how to set up direct access to our S3 from VPC. But no, so please, if you're having any issues, private chat me. I can actually jump on a call and we will do this together. So in this project, and for those people that are joining us for the first time, after working on this project, anyways, I've said we should delete all our resources. I'm going to delete it. But before I delete it, I want anybody that have questions to ask me now. So that we can, delete all these resources together. Please, if you have questions, just ask. Hello, please, do you have any question? Let me know before I delete all the resources. So I guess you guys understand. Does that mean I'm a good teacher? Please, in case you're having issues, you can contact Bamishe. Please, me or Bamishe. Bamishe is our king in DevOps. So please contact him more. Or you can contact any of us. Drop it in the WhatsApp group, we will talk. So let's go ahead and delete all our resources so as not to get charged by anybody. So that I've been charged $1,000 on AWS before. So I don't want anybody to face that. Please make sure you delete all your resources. I'm almost trying to do that.
I will do that now
Please.
because I created, like I told you,
Yeah.
it created for me auto and was telling me plenty subnet. I was just wondering what's going on.
Yes. So once you run all this code to delete it, it's going to delete all those subnet, route table, internet gateway, network
On the
AC.
console,
Yes, it's going to automatically delete everything. It will.
okay, let me go to my
So make sure
VPC
you
and see
delete everything through your CLI.
what's the code. Let me see. Show me.
So this is it. To delete
Can you
everything
send
in your
this?
bucket, run this command. Have you connected to your EC2?
I haven't. So let me go because I have to get all these things out. Otherwise, I'm in trouble.
But in case you are yet to do it, you can just manually delete it as well. Just make sure nothing is running, especially EC2. Please delete all EC2. Delete BPC. I think I was charged, was it $80 for BPC? Make sure you delete BPC. So everything has been deleted.
I did not create any EC2. I can't find any EC2 here.
Make sure you go to instances and check. You must have created it. Make sure you go there and check, please.
Okay.
Don't come to my DM and tell me that you've been charged. Oh. I was
Don't
charged
worry.
$1,000, but thankfully I didn't have money on that card. So
That's serious.
it's one of those things you face, right?
No, zero instances.
Zero instance is good, so you're good.
Zero.
All right.
Unless the VPC now, that's where I'm going to have issues. Because
And
I
I
can
hope,
see when I launched it, it
okay,
created one VPC. It
yes.
created four subnets.
Mhm.
Created internet gateway. Oh my God. I will
So
not
go
change.
ahead and delete all those things. So right now I'm deleting my resources. I've deleted everything that is inside my S3 bucket. So let's go to my S3 bucket. See, you're not going to find anything in my S3 bucket. I don't have any S3 bucket again. I've deleted it through CLI. So I'm going to my EC2, my EC2. I'm going to stop it and delete it with fast speed. delete and terminate and delete. Anything you have to do just to make sure that you are not charged. So my instance is stopping and every other thing. Then if you have created access key no, so please make sure you go ahead and delete those access key if you have created
Okay.
access key. Okay. So we are heading back to our VPC endpoints. I'm going to endpoints right now to delete the endpoints. If you've created endpoints, please delete endpoint as well. Delete VPC endpoints. Delete VPC endpoints. Then let's go back to your VPC. Our VPC, the ones we created this one. Actions, make sure you delete it as well. Make sure you delete everything. Deleted everything. So there's one thing we need to delete. It is our access keys. I'm going back to my access key, that's AIM, and I'm coming here to delete it. So what will I do? I'll go to users. I'll go to I'll click inside my user, then go to my security credentials. This is the access key. Delete it. You get charged for it as well. So there's a noise coming from your hand. You have to deactivate it first. And then if you've created access key, please so delete it. Don't be charged. So we are done. For those people who are new, this is how to create this is how to
You're
share.
mute. You're mute, Mr.
Me?
You've been mute for a while. I can't hear you. I don't know if the mute is showing on your profile.
Okay, so it's starting from here. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I've been hearing you since.
Okay.
From my end, I've been hearing you since.
All right, thank you. So I thought I joined with this thing, my phone and my laptop. So I muted my phone. I've been using my laptop to do the talking. So I did not mute Fejiro. So I've deleted me. So for those who are new to Nextwork community, this is how you do your mission. Then if you want to share all your your documentation on any of the platform, this is where you do it. If you are to view my documentation, you will view it now. Then if you are to download, you can share it on any platform, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, X, on Facebook. You just share it. And if it is PDF, you just want to have it in PDF, you have it. Let me just show you guys example of how I've been doing this on my LinkedIn. On my LinkedIn. So this is my LinkedIn page, and this is how I've been sharing my projects on LinkedIn after working on the project. So I think this was the one I finished, the endpoints. I just shared the endpoints last week, and you can see how to, the PDF format that I downloaded. So you can just see it, share, and people will see your documentation. So while you are working on your project on Nextwork community, please make sure that you are sharing, or make sure you are writing the documentation very well. Check for errors, check for typos, check for grammars. Make sure you are doing everything well, so that when prospective employer see you, they will know that you know what exactly you are working on. They will know that this person know his or her own yours. So I'm showing you samples of my documentation just on this project we finished working on, connecting my EC2, uploading objects to my S3. In the second part, the bucket policies, the route tables, the validation, everything. So this is one of the best way to do your documentation, and you just keep sharing, keep being there. And if you are not on Nextwork community, please let me share this again. I think I've shared the WhatsApp group. I think I've shared the WhatsApp group the other time. Where is this chat? This is the WhatsApp group. I'm sharing it in the group again. You can join the group. This is where we deliberate on projects to work on. And in case you are working on any other project and you are facing issues, please mention it in the group. There are a whole lot of people that will help you. A whole lot of people. There's this thing about this community that they love helping. So this is the end for today. My partner and I, Bamishe, will be deliberating on the project with you guys in the WhatsApp group to work on next month. So we'll be doing this since December, and it has been like a monthly thing for us. So, Bamishe, please, if you're available, can you just say one or two things if you can speak to us so that we can close up? Hello, Bamishe, are you there?
All right. Good evening, everyone. Well done, Kemisola. I
Thank you.
think you did a really good this evening. And big thank you to everyone that is on the call. Really appreciate everyone for being here. And yes, of course, we have these sessions every month, and like he has already mentioned, we'll be having, we'll be hosting another one next month, and I would love to encourage everyone to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, everybody, please join. I will look forward to seeing you guys in the WhatsApp group, and then we kick off from there. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining. Okay, somebody have a question. Please go ahead. Adetola, you have a question?
Hi, Mr. Ola. Thank you for this session. So my question is not related to this. I think it was one for January. She mentioned there was plan for a physical meetup, and I think for volunteers, something like that. I just wanted to ask about an update concerning that.
Okay. Let me share. Yes, there is. We have plans for physical meeting. But let me share do more about that. Let me share.
Yes, we have plans for a physical meeting, especially for those of us in Lagos. And the venue will probably be around the area where we have most people. We'll try to support others coming from further distances so we can have a physical meeting. Ideally, we should have one every quarter. So it might come up, let's say, in April, where we'll have our first physical meetup.
June, July.
It will most likely be a central location, maybe at Yaba, or yeah, most likely a central location where all of us can meet. Then we work on projects together, network, get to meet one another and all that. So that's the entire purpose of the meetup. So we'll plan towards it definitely, and more information will be shared on the group. Thank you.
Thank you. Adetola, does that solve your question? So if you're in the WhatsApp group, you'll be coming
Yes, thank
along. So we have one special guest.
all
Oh,
right, thank
somebody
you.
is raising his hand. Good luck. Please go ahead and ask your question. Good luck. Go ahead. Unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's not really a question, just like a contribution.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know much about this platform, but I have joined. This is the third time I'm joining this meeting. That should be December, January, and this one now.
Wow.
So it was shared in one of the groups I belong, so I joined. And since the three meetings have been here, I found out that most of these projects are meant for beginners in AWS, and from the reactions of most of us, I feel that most of us don't know this environment very well, this AWS environment, and actually what AWS is all about and the things you can harness from AWS. I don't know if there is any plan or a way can be incorporated to make sure that maybe some classes may be theoretical and not really practical. And even if it's practical, it should be maybe a demonstration so that the people will understand why if I'm creating a server like EC2, what are the capabilities of EC2? What can I achieve with EC2? And if I'm uploading, if what is AWS S3? What am I using it for? Why do I need it? What are the things I can achieve with AWS